Hey there, everybody. We are going to be covering a video made last year. I forget who made the video. It'll be in the description, obviously. But this is how not to defend Brie Larson. This is how, if you want to look like an absolute tool, you defend Brie Larson in the worst way possible. Now, we're not going to watch the entire video. I've made some cuts to it. But we're going to start off with where she is talking about how Thanos has been touted as this big villain, and it's very tough for Brie Larson because she's a new superhero and all this other garbage. Let's just get into the clip.
Issue is that the movie is being released way too close to Endgame. Marvel has been billing Thanos as a looming threat in the MCU for years and years, and that saga is finally coming to an end. So it seems like a strange time to shoehorn in a completely new character who's supposedly more powerful than all the ones we have come to know and love. This has caused many superhero fans to feel wary about Captain Marvel instead of excited to welcome her into the MCU. After all, if her standalone movie is a flop, nobody is going to want to see her show up in Endgame, a movie we have been waiting years for.
Yes, and there's good reason for that. Even though I have not seen Endgame or the Marvel movies that have Spider-Man in it or etc., I have understandably heard that she wasn't a very big part in Endgame because her movie did flop. It was not good. Brie Larson was terrible for the role. But you're going to tell us why she's unfairly treated now, aren't you? Aren't you? Because feminists need to stick together, right? Girl power.
Not only is she being billed as the saving grace of Endgame, but the new face of the MCU. That's a lot of pressure for a character, no matter how spectacular they are.
Who billed her as the saving grace of Endgame? I don't think outside of the far left SJW hug box, I've heard anybody bill her as the saving grace of Endgame. That's only in your head, and maybe Disney's marketing team, because they had to justify some reason to come out with this feminist icon character. Oi. And calling her spectacular is up for debate.
There are even some rumors that it's not just fans who are upset about this, and some dissent comes straight from the top. Casting Brie Larson as Carol Danvers was the decision of Marvel Studios head Kevin Feige, but not everyone approved. Sources claim many other MCU actors believe she was the wrong choice for the role, and Disney CEO Bob Iger agreed.
I mean, come on. I don't like Bob Iger, but if that rumor is indeed true, I kind of agree with him on this one. She was terrible for the role, she didn't do it well, and I didn't even need to watch the movie. I saw mountains and mountains of reviews on the film. I saw enough to whet my palate to what Captain Marvel was about to know exactly what the tone of the film was. So, yeah, I kind of can't blame him.
Rumor has it Bob Iger is so unhappy that he's already looking into ways to cancel Brie's contract.
And you know what? No one would even blame him.
Originally, she didn't even want to be a part of a mainstream movie like Captain Marvel. However, she hoped she could be a good role model for young women and agreed to take the part.
Nice scuba suit. You need a ride, darling? How about a smile for me, huh?
A smile?
Yeah. I'm offering to help you. Least you could do is give me a smile.
How about a handshake? I'm Veers.
People call me the Don.
Wow. Here's a proposition for you. You're gonna give me your jacket, your helmet, and your motorcycle, and in return, I'm gonna let you keep your hand.
Take it!
What, no smile?
Yeah, what a completely awesome role model for young girls. I know I would want my metaphorical daughter to watch that movie and look up to Captain Marvel. Hot dang.
She said she is willing to risk her career for her activism because it doesn't feel right to her to be quiet. But recent headlines have been blaring that Brie Larson is a man-hater who says she doesn't care if men enjoy her movies. They cite a statement she made regarding the film A Wrinkle in Time, in which she said, "I don't care what a white man has to say." Brie added, "I want to hear what a woman of color, a biracial woman, has to say about the film." Saying that, it's easy to see how this could come across as sexist, and indeed people were quick to label Brie as an intolerant man-hater. But
Okay, hold up. If you're gonna quote the woman, quote her correctly. This is exactly what she had to say.
I do not need a 40-year-old white dude to tell me what didn't work for him about A Wrinkle in Time. It wasn't made for him. I want to know what that film meant to women of color, to biracial women, to teen women of color, to teens that are biracial.
And you wonder why she's called an intolerant man-hater. Maybe because that statement kind of showed that she hates men.
But is this really the truth, or is there more to the story?
There's always more to the story, of course, because whenever SJWs defend one of their queens, they have to put everything into freaking perspective. There's always perspective, as if we don't look at the perspective and we don't look at the big picture before criticizing her. No, we just automatically criticize her without looking at any of the underlying details as to why she's saying it.
Context is incredibly important, and it should be noted that Brie's statement wasn't made in a vacuum. According to Brie, over the course of her career, she couldn't help but notice that white men make up the majority of film reviewers. And she's not wrong. One study found that 82% of critics reviewing the top 100 grossing movies were white. People from different racial and ethnic backgrounds only made up 18% of reviewers. And about 78% of reviewers are men, compared to just over 20%.
Maybe, and hear me out on this, maybe it's because minorities don't go for the movie review jobs. Maybe it's just not their thing. Some like doing it, some don't like doing it. Just like some women like being welders, and some women don't like being welders. Some women may like being movie reviewers, others may not. It's not a sexist thing. It's not a racist thing. It's all about whether or not they choose to do these careers. You cannot force diversity. It either comes or it doesn't come. Minorities either choose to do these jobs or they don't choose to do these jobs. Women either choose to do these jobs or they don't choose to do these jobs. It's not like somebody's going around in Hollywood saying, "Oh, you can't do this because you're a minority," or "You can't do this because you're a woman," especially with the heightened political climate. Hollywood's doing everything they can to get more diversity in this. So if Hollywood's doing everything they can to get more diversity into this thing, why on earth do you think that it's such a low number for minorities and women? Also, why do you give a crap? But I am surprised they didn't talk about, like, how many were gay or how many were transgender or any of this other nonsense. Kind of not doing your job as a social justice warrior, are you? Oh well, I digress.
Of women. Even when it comes to films which involve female protagonists and attract predominantly female audiences, most of the reviewers are men. When it comes to the highest grossing movies involving female characters like Girls Trip and Wonder Woman.
Wait, you called the movie Wonder Women? Not singular woman, but women? Okay, I'm just done here. Too much stupidity for me. Guys, if you want to see the entire video, which I don't know why you would, it's in the description box below. I can't argue with people, or even make heads or tails of people who can't even read movie titles as basic as Wonder Woman properly. So, yeah. It'll be in the description box below, or the pinned comment, whichever one. I'm just out of here. I've got a headache. Oh, and if you want to see this gameplay footage without the commentary and with the sound, there will be a playlist for my Dragon Raja Let's Play without commentary. If you want to check it out, look at the end cards. Alright, I think that's just about it, guys. Hopefully I'll come out with more content for you soon. just have a safe day. Hey everyone, I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you liked what you saw, please hit the subscribe button. There should be a couple videos on the screen to check out if you feel like it. This is Gabe from Happy Blobfish Productions signing off, saying take care and God bless. Peace out.